The Packers are a great team, and they're a Super Bowl contender every year for one reason and one reason only.
That's another rookie, Xavier Woods. This one, Adams, touchdown!
Aaron Rodgers, which brings me to the Packers' biggest downfall. The reason why they're Super Bowl contenders but can never get over the hump. The Packers rely too much on Aaron Rodgers. Think about it. Football is a team sport. You need an offense, you need a defense. It's not like basketball where one player can literally sit up, hold the ball, and dominate the game all game long. No, in football, especially if you're a quarterback, you only play one side of the ball. You can't play defense. So teams can easily game plan to make sure you don't touch the ball for the majority of the game. They don't make any moves. Yeah, I like their draft and I appreciate the pieces they picked up in the draft, but these are not players who are guaranteed to come in and give you production. How long will the Packers wait to make big offseason moves to sign big marquee free agents? Because Aaron Rodgers only has so many years left of his prime. Who knows how he'll come back this season off a broken collarbone. I think he'll be good, but we don't know. Packers don't have a next man up mentality. They try it, but it doesn't work. Aaron Rodgers goes down last season. You put in Brett Hundley.
With the second down and goal. And picked off in the end zone, Jimmy Smith.
One, Hundley tries to keep it alive and has that picked at the 48-yard line by Smith.
They're awful with Brett. I mean awful. I'm talking barely beating the Browns type awful. Rushing Aaron Rodgers to come back, I believe, at least a week or two too early. Forced him to play a terrible game against Carolina.
Rodgers, who hasn't been hit yet, lets it fly, and he's picked. Rodgers down the middle, picked. Intercepted by Colin Jones.
And them to miss the postseason when they started 4-1 with Aaron Rodgers. The season before that, against the Falcons.
Second down, Ryan escapes, gonna run. Has some room and a touchdown. Green Bay now some back out. End zone, Jones. Touchdown.
And they lay an egg. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers is having an off game. Aaron Rodgers has the ball for them to win every game. But if he has an off game, and you need that defense to step up, it looks much like the game against the Falcons. Aaron Rodgers can't get the offense going. The defense giving up 20 to 30 points by halftime. And where's the offseason changes? Where are the offseason moves? People forget, when the Packers won the Super Bowl, they had playmakers on the defensive side of the ball. Clay Matthews was still in his prime. Tramon Williams was balling. Charles Woodson was a monster. Defense always bent, but it never broke. And they always was able to create turnovers. Since that era has left, the Packers defense has been atrocious and not able to create turnovers. Up at everything, one of the biggest reasons why I don't understand why the Packers don't make more offseason moves is because they're so injury prone. Ty Montgomery is always hurt. And Jordy Nelson was hurt every single year. It didn't make any sense. Randall Cobb's hurt here and there. We're not even going to talk about the defensive side of the ball. Think about it like this. Think about the most successful teams in the league right now. The Philadelphia Eagles just won a Super Bowl with a backup quarterback.
Just another game, right, Nick?
Yeah, just another game. Unbelievable. All glory to God.
The year that Tom Brady went down for the Patriots and tore his ACL, they went 11-5 with Matt Castle as their quarterback. Remember the Deflategate scandal? Remember they suspended Tom Brady for the first 4 games of that season? Or remember the Patriots going 3-1 with backup quarterbacks? Jimmy Garoppolo and some other guy that we don't remember? Let's be honest here. The Packers organization relies way too heavily on one man. And that's why they don't win. That's why if Aaron Rodgers goes down, you might as well just call it for the rest of the season for the Packers. And that's not always the case with every other team. Everybody was talking about this Jimmy Graham move like this Jimmy Graham move is supposed to do all these big things. Jimmy Graham ain't been Jimmy Graham since he was playing with Drew Brees out in New Orleans. Now, if there's anybody who could bring back the old Jimmy Graham, it's Aaron Rodgers. But all I'm saying is, I ain't seen that Jimmy Graham in about 3 years. So we don't know what we're going to get back from him. Packers sit back in the offseason and chill like they are the defending Super Bowl champions. And they've been doing that for the past, I want to say, 5 years. Like they just already got enough to win the championship even though they haven't won a championship.